In this video, we're going to discuss the vertex form of a quadratic function. The vertex form of a quadratic equation is f of x equals a times the parenthesis x minus h, quantity squared, plus k. The vertex of the quadratic function is hk. The a number tells us if the graph opens up or down. Negative numbers for a means it opens down. Positive numbers means it opens up. So let's take a look at the graph of a quadratic function. The parabola is the shape of quadratic function graphs, as you can see on the right. The vertex is the point where the graph turns and goes back in the direction it came. So in this case, you can see that the graph is coming down, gets to the bottom and turns and goes back up. So I have circled in purple the vertex of this particular quadratic. The vertex is 2, 1. And in this case, it's called the minimum as it is on the bottom of the graph. So it's at the lowest point, its minimum point. In this example, the vertex is 3, 2. Again, I've circled the vertex in purple. It's called a maximum because it is at the top of the graph. It is the highest point of the graph, the maximum height. Now let's write the equation for this graph. First, we will need to plug in the vertex into the vertex form of a quadratic function, as we showed earlier. So here was the function a times x minus h squared plus k. So the first thing I did is I took the vertex of 3, 2. The 3 goes where the h was, and the 2 goes where the k was. Now I will plug in any point on the graph for x and y and solve for a. So I have chosen to use this point here, 2, 1, that I've circled. So far, my quadratic equation, a times x minus 3 squared plus 2, I now am going to fill in the x and the y. So you notice the f of x has changed to y because that's what f of x stands for. So at this point, I now have 1 equals a times 2 minus 3 squared plus 2. So all you have to do is apply some simple algebra and arithmetic and solve for a. So I do my parentheses first. Obviously, negative 1 squared is 1. I'm going to move my 2 over to the left side, so I've subtracted 2 over to the left, and I now have a is equal to negative 1. So the equation, I simply go back and fill in the hk again, put the x and y, or the x and f of x back, and my negative 1 will go in front of the x minus 3 where the a went.